No.
You're
I'm
being
not doing-
dramatic. It was a few dudes there.
It was 3 guys there, and 2 of them were there with their girlfriend. And then the other one was there with his wife. At a singles event.
It wasn't that bad. I'm telling you, it's gonna hit tonight.
No, I'm not going to any more singles events. Not
Attempted going to a singles mixer in downtown Phoenix. The ratio of men to women was way off. We left after maybe 40 minutes, but hey, we tried.
She's not alone. Most women who used to participate in these events notice that men are no longer interested in being part of it. They have noticed that only women are attending, therefore a lot of them are no longer willing to engage. I bet they didn't expect this reaction from men. They thought that we would still go even though these events were not meeting our expectations. Let's see what they have to say after attending a single event full of women but with no men.
We had a good time the last time, remember?
What I remember was that we spent half the time praying for husbands when the husband should have been there that night at the event. No.
You're
I'm
being
not doing-
dramatic. It was a few dudes there.
It was 3 guys there, and 2 of them were there with their girlfriend. And then the other one was there with his wife. At a singles event.
It wasn't that bad.
The funny part is that the number of men present was so small that she remembered all of them. At least she was lucky, as some men attended the event. She also participated because other women had a less pleasing experience when it came to this matter. But what are married couples doing at a single event anyway?
telling you, it's gonna hit tonight.
No, I'm not going to any more singles events, not at your church, okay? Where the ratio is 12-1. No, I'm not messing with you, bro. I'm not doing it. Hey, how y'all doing? Hey, how y'all doing? What's going on, sister? How are you? What's going on?
This scene is hilarious, but this is the reality of it. Now they have a great place to find their best friend.
Sister, y'all doing all right?
Good evening.
She's not alone. Most women who used to participate in these events notice that men are no longer interested. They have noticed that only women are attending for this reason. A lot of them are no longer willing to engage. I bet they didn't expect this reaction from us. They thought that men would still be willing to go, even though we weren't getting what we wanted out of it. But we are logical. We can't do things repeatedly, knowing that the outcome won't be as expected. This type of event is a great opportunity to make new friends and potentially meet our significant other. But with time, single event became another shopping for Chad and Tyrone. Most women attending will be focused on the few Chads present, and the rest of the average guys will be invisible to them. And this is something that caused the change of our perception when it comes to this event. But don't get me wrong. Most men want a relationship. Most of us would want to go to a single event if we knew that there was a possibility of finding someone genuinely willing to build something special. But we all know that in most cases, this is not what goes down in this type of gathering. Let's quickly check what is going on in the comment section. The first comment represents the current state of the dating scene. Let's have a look at it. The struggle is real. This is the current state of dating. They either have an abundance of men to choose from in dating apps that overwhelm them and they end up not choosing any, or the lack of us when it comes to face-to-face encounter. It's no longer as easy as it used to be. And this is why there are some videos of women saying that they started approaching men. The next is related to one of the reasons why most men are no longer participating in these events. It reads, women upset men aren't wasting time going to get ignored while all the chicks surrounded a few of the hot dudes. Why would anyone go to a place where they already know that there's a high likelihood of being ignored? Because we know that if you're not Chad, things won't be easy. The next comment made me remember Kevin Samuel. He said it, but most of them ignored it. It reads, winter is here. This is the time most of them will feel the need to have a man by their side. But the sad part is that a lot of them will spend this cold time by themselves because they didn't prepare for it. The next comment is just funny. Let's have a look at it. I'm sorry, but this doesn't seem like a real problem. Seems like every other dating environment is stacked with dudes, and now there are places that need more men to attend. I'm in disbelief. He is correct. Sometimes it's hard to believe that women are complaining that men are not going to single events. As he said, most other places where people meet are full of men, but single events show them another reality.
I'm gonna be to a singles event in Atlanta for Valentine's Day. I'm a little late, but we ain't gonna talk about it. Y'all, let's get into this venue. Like, look how amazing this apartment venue was. They had these cards so that you could, like, start conversations and ask questions for people. Of course, there was way more women than men, but it was a free event with drinks and food, so can't complain for real.
This is the reason most single events organizers are no longer hosting it, as they're no longer able to get the funds invested. She just said that it was a free event with free food and drink. It means that someone had to pay for it. And we already know the organizers are running a business, so they wouldn't be the one paying. Men are the only group left to pay. But if men are not going, how will the organizer get their money? The way things are going, these events won't run anymore due to the lack of funds. At least some guys showed up, because a lot of single event organizers are either canceling or giving up on this business, and it's due to the lack of men's interest. And this is why I think that they were lucky to have some male presence. It would be better if attendees had more realistic expectations when it comes to the people they expect to be present at the event. They want to see Chads only, and this is not realistic. So what happens to Anthony, who works at the gas station? Will he get a chance if he attends it? Let's jump into the comment section. Let's see some guys' experience at those events. Once I had to walk into a lounge at a local eatery located at a golf course to get a few cigars for my friends when I noted a sudden feeling I was being watched. I turned away from the cashier to see that I was in a room full of women. I wonder if this was some sort of bachelorette party, but there was no dude stripping. I suddenly realized I was in a singles event, and I quickly bought my cigars and promptly walked out. I had this feeling of existential dread lift off my shoulders. He definitely wasn't willing to be part of it. He could at least give them a bit of male energy in the room, but he couldn't wait to get out of there. Let's check another one. I went to one singles event held by a friend of a friend, mostly to support her. I was one of 3 guys attending. As soon as I mentioned my profession, heavy machinery repair fab, I was immediately ignored or insulted. So I didn't mention that last year I made $346,000, owned 2 homes, no mortgages, traveled to Sumatra, Japan, Spain, South Korea, and Norway last year for work. I'm 34, 6'2", 236, blue eyes, and have been told by my grandmother that I'm handsome. I have a B8 and classics, philosophy, theology, mathematicians, and physics, and AMS, material science and engineering. So ironic, but I sleep great. This comment shows the reality of our current dating scene. This is how modern women lose the opportunity with a good man, a man who would potentially be a suitable partner. He has his life together and attended that event willing to find someone, but they were not able to see what is hidden because they disqualified him based on his profession. Not knowing that even though he was doing that job, he was still making good money and was living his best life. Another good earner who wasn't seen because they thought that his job title wasn't good enough. Let's check another one. I've been to one speed dating event. I chose 10 ladies that I liked, hoping that even one would choose me and maybe go from there. I gotta say, I don't mind rejection per se, but being rejected by 10 women in one night is not something I'm prepared to do again. I will never subject myself to that again. As we can see, most of us wouldn't mind attending these events, but bad experiences and possible outcomes are the reason why most guys are no longer willing to be part of it. I looked into these singles events when I lived in Texas. They charge like $250 to $300 for each event. I laughed and stopped there. Can you imagine the feeling after paying that money just to be rejected? If you are not Tyrone, you should reconsider these events, because most modern women will be targeting them only, meaning you wouldn't get the desirable outcomes and your money would be spent for nothing. But if you are 6 foot Chad, you should go. I guarantee that you're going to have a good time.
It's Friday night and I'm dressed up and going out for a change. There's a singles event, Trading for a Lady, run by a radio station, Triple N, and I'm going with my best friend who I've known for 20 years, and I've got this cute outfit which I never get to wear. So, either way, it's a little bit lame. We can always leave and go to the fried ice cream place nearby. So wish me luck. Cheers.
She's excited to go, and we wish her good luck meeting her new besties, as this is the current reality of the single event. These are no longer the best places to meet men, as most of us are losing interest in these settings. But we have to give her credit for trying. Maybe this is her lucky day, and she might find her prince charming, even though the likelihood of it happening is slim. But her chances would be much better if she was open to consider other guys as well, instead of Chads only. This is the key factor most of them have to look into if they want to find someone. Let's check other groups of women who went there but had to leave because of a lack of male attendees.
Attempt attempted going to a singles mixer in downtown Phoenix. The ratio of men to women was way off. We left after maybe 40 minutes, but hey, we tried.
Okay, I'm confused. What happened to strong, independent women don't need no man?
That term no longer applies when things get real. Most of them say that without a proper understanding or without meaning it. The reality is that we need each other.
What happened to women not wanting to date men anymore? What happened to lonely, single, and desperate men would do anything to get a woman? For some reason, the math is not mathing. Because from what I'm hearing about singles events, it's flooded with women. Women are looking for relationships. Women are looking for relationships despite whatever they're saying online, that they prefer to be alone without men. See, women are not being truthful. They come online and they say they don't need a man. They don't want to be in a relationship. They don't want to settle. But then when you see a singles event, it's primarily all women. Where are the men? Yeah, we know where the men are. You see, there's a big difference. When women say they don't want something, they actually want it. When a man says he doesn't want something, he means it.
She has a good understanding of what is going on in the dating scene. The strong and independent woman, I don't need a man mindset ends when reality knocks at their door. They talk about it. They live their life as if having a man by their side is not important. But at the end of the day, we need each other. And this is why at some point they face reality and start looking for men like those women in that event. They should stop saying things that they don't mean, because if you actually don't need men, why are you paying to go to a single event? The funny part is that these events are filled with modern women who claim that they are living their best lives alone. But life is more than a few material things. It's more than being able to travel to nice places and do things with your besties. Life is way more than having a lot of money in the bank. And this is why a lot of strong and independent women have the sense of emptiness, even though they're high achievers. At some point, nature kicks in and the money will no longer bring the fulfillment it once did. And this is when they start to understand that family is more important than other things. Let's have a look at the comment section. The first comment is just funny. It reads, wait, if a woman says she doesn't want something, she actually does want it. I didn't realize how popular I am with the ladies. I like his sense of humor. At least he knows that a lot of no he received when interacting with modern women didn't mean no. When women say, why don't men go to singles events? They don't mean you. They mean men 7, 10, or over. And this is what is discouraging men from participating. We are well aware that only a certain category of men are expected in this type of event. They are looking for validation, not a relationship. They just want the ability to say no in order to feel wanted. The issue with this plan is if men do not attend. This is the case for a lot of them. They don't go with the intention of finding someone, but instead the plan is to get more guys to make the first move and show them some interest, only to be rejected, and it will serve as an injection to boost their ego and self-esteem. It would be great if all of them had the genuine desire to find someone to build something special with. We would love it. This is all for today's video, guys. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.